Hi again, and welcome to another episode of Ask the Lawyer. I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com. It's no secret that drunk driving is a problem in the United States, and it can be especially bad in areas that attract young people who might be looking to party. And so today we're going to ask the lawyer about accidents involving drunk drivers and what your rights are. And here to answer our questions is attorney Greg Herrman of the Corpus Christi, Texas-based Herrman Herrman law firm. Greg, thank you for making some time for us today. I appreciate it.
Sure, I'm glad to be here.
So how big of a problem is drunk driving in your Corpus Christi area?
It's a pretty big problem. We have lots of drunk drivers, and unfortunately, a lot of them are not insured, which makes the problem even worse. But it's a problem kind of all over Texas, I think.
And are there parts of town or times of day, I'm guessing weekends maybe are worse? Have you seen in your experience the times that are worse than others?
Oh, yeah. Weekends for sure. And, when the bars start closing, it's generally the worst time, about 2 a.m, which is why the cops are out there all the time. But yeah, as long as the bars are open and the later it gets, usually that's the biggest problem. And where the bars are the big problems. So we have bars downtown and we have bars on the south side. And so I'd say in the Corpus area, it's Saratoga Boulevard, Airline, Weber, Everhart, Staples are probably the main areas where we see a lot of drunk driving because that's where all the bars are.
In your experience, Greg, have you found that people who are arrested or charged with drunk driving, that they tend to reoffend, or is it tend to be people that are they first-time offenders?
We see both, and I haven't really done any empirical study.
Right.
It just seems like there's a lot of people that get multiple convictions, but a lot of first-time offenders, I know that.
And if someone is in an accident caused by a drunk driver, is it different than a case without a drunk driver? And if it is, what are the differences? Are there things people should do that are different than in a normal accident case?
The main difference is you can get punitive damages against somebody if they're actually drunk and they get a conviction, or if you can get the video of, say, the field sobriety test, and it's very apparent that this person is impaired and they were drinking, a jury will get really mad with that. I would say after an accident, if you have a drunk driver, I would take out your phone and record the guy. And if they do that field sobriety test right there in front of you, I'd record that. I'd also record his vehicle. If the cops will let you get close enough to it, get in there and look, see if you can see a beer bottle or any kind of bottle or can or something that may have alcohol. See if anything pops out. Sometimes beer cans go rolling out of vehicles, when they open the doors, especially if there's passengers and things. Talk to witnesses, see what they saw. When police officers do a field sobriety test, they'll do it in front of their vehicles so their dash cam can record it. So you can go down there and get a copy of that through the Freedom of Information Act. And if a guy is failing or a girl is failing their field sobriety test, it'll be very obvious on that video. And I said a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, a video's probably worth 50,000 words. So if you can show that video to a jury and the person's obviously impaired, then you don't really care what the toxicology comes back at. In Texas, it's 0.08, but you don't really care if the person's obviously impaired. And so that's vital. We always get that video when we have a drunk driver case.
So at what point in the process would someone contact a firm like yours to get help? It would seem to me you shouldn't wait until maybe you're thinking, oh, there's a criminal case, I'll wait till the criminal case is done and then I'll see about the civil case. Would you recommend acting sooner than that?
Oh, yeah. You never want to wait. The longer you wait, the worse things get.
Right.
Witnesses move, witnesses die, witnesses forget, witnesses disappear, evidence disappears. Police lose the video sometimes. Police lose the DWI results. They lose the actual specimen, whether it's urine or blood or whatever. So, no, the longer you wait, the worse your case gets. You should hire a lawyer immediately.
Do you find that drunk drivers are more likely to cause an accident and leave the scene, or do they generally hang around because they don't think they're drunk?
I will tell you, down here, they seem to flee.
Oh.
They seem to take off. Now, I don't know if that's true other parts, but, sometimes they hang around. I'm not saying they all do, but it seems like we hear about a lot of them, and we have clients that are hit, and the people take off.
Does that change the way you should pursue the case if they've taken off? What sort of advice do you have for people in that situation?
Well, it's still a hit and run, and if the police can locate them or you can track them down and find them, then you still got a good case. It's assuming they're at fault, because A, they're at fault, and B, you can get gross negligence damages, punitive damages, if you can track them down. Mm-hmm. And I'm not advising people to necessarily go chasing people down, but if somebody hits you and they decide they're going to leave, it might be a good idea to call 911 on your phone and follow the person so that they don't get away, and at least get their license plate number.
Right.
And of course, what happens a lot of times is they say, "Oh, well, it wasn't me driving. I loaned my car out, or somebody stole my car." So, if you could, it'd be nice to follow them so you can take a picture of the guy getting out of the vehicle. So they don't pull that, oh, somebody stole my car. But if you think you're going to put yourself in danger at all, I wouldn't do that. But at least get the driver's license, try to get a picture of the license plate in the vehicle. And if you can get a picture of the person driving, do that too.
And I'm guessing if they leave and you're not able to track them down, this is where having uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage is helpful, correct?
Yes, exactly. PIP or PIP, which is personal injury protection, no fault insurance helps, and then uninsured or underinsured motorist drivers coverage helps. Now, you don't get a transfer of the gross negligence from the driver to your carrier. So in other words, okay, let's say the guy was drunk, the guy ran into you, and now the guy's fleeing the scene.
Right.
A jury decides, yeah, he was grossly negligent. It doesn't mean your insurance company, though, now owes you punitive damages, because the argument is there is, well, your insurance company didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
So you won't get the punitive damages, but at least you'll get money to cover your medical and your lost wages and your other damages.
Greg, I think you've offered a lot of helpful information today. I appreciate your time.
Okay, I appreciate yours too. Thank you very much.
That's going to do it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. My guest has been attorney Greg Herrman of the law firm Herrman Herrman in Corpus Christi, Texas. If you want the best information about drunk driving, or you're ready to choose a lawyer that lawyers choose, be sure to visit askthelawyer.com. Also, take a second, click on the button at the bottom of the screen so you can subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss future episodes. I'm Rob Rosenthal with askthelawyer.com.